I'm Shelly Deutmeyer with Physical Therapy Solutions, and I'm here to talk today about some problems that people might get when they're standing for long periods of time. So examples of this, different jobs might be, say, banking or telling, grocery store when you're sliding, and checking items for long periods of time on your shift. The typical job is like the factory or assembly line worker, where you're kind of standing in one position for a long period of time. Or on a fun note, it might be out at a concert where you're standing, listening to concert for a long period of time. What often happens is that after a period of time when the body doesn't move, you're often times will experience back pain, and a lot of times the legs get sore and achy. So I'm going to talk about a couple different things. One, why that happens, and then two, some simple stretches that you can do either at work or when you're out and about when this happens. So I have here our spine model. Right here, if I'm standing with my hands on my hips and I were to peel away all the layers of the skin and the muscles, this is what would be left underneath with standing with my hands on my hips here. So when everything is stacked up and lined up, the muscles and the bones and the joints are all in a good, what we call happy place. However, if they stay there for too long, that's when you can sometimes get back soreness or leg soreness. What we know through study and just experience is that the human spine likes to go both ways. So if we're bent forward for a lot of the day doing our banking or assembly work or everything that we do, we're always in this position. However, the spine likes to go both ways in order to stay functioning normally. So, but oftentimes we don't get back here because of just for lack of doing exercises in that direction. So I'm going to show you some simple stretches and suggested activities to help to keep the spine and the legs and the muscles moving normally and without pain. Okay, so now that you know why you're having some of the back soreness or leg soreness that you get after standing for long periods of time, these are some simple stretches that you can do to help that. First of all, like we said, sometimes you just need to move. The body doesn't like to be in one position for a long period of time. So if you can get up and walk around, that's the first thing that I would tell people to do. The second thing, sometimes, like we said with the spine model, sometimes you just need to bend forward and stretch out those back muscles. And sometimes you need to go the opposite way and stretch backwards. Simple stretches that you can do right at your workstation or wherever at work. The next one for the upper body that you can do is, we call this a doorway stretch. Any door will do. You put your arms up, hands up on the wall, kind of 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and then you just lean forward into the through the doorway, and you'll get a nice stretch to the front part of the shoulders, which will help decrease some tightness through the upper body. And when your legs are having some soreness, some general stretches that you can do for that. If you have some stairs, you can do a stretch where you put 1 foot up and lean forward to get a stretch to the front part of the hip. The other stretches that you can do is putting the foot up and stretching through the back of the leg as well. And then to stretch the front part of the leg, sometimes just a nice standing, we call this standing quad stretch, will help stretch through the front part of the legs and the hips as well. So that sums up some suggested activities you can do when you're having some pain after standing for long periods of time. If you have any further questions, you can feel free to give us a call at our Dyersville or Manchester offices, or you can contact and log on to our website, www.ptsiowa.com.